And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
L2lr1ch looking to throw on second down. To Barkley on the check down. How did he stay on his feet? And he'll be out right at the 35. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A shotgun snap to L2lr1ch. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Coming off play action, L2lr1ch. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, L2lr1ch. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, here's L2lr1ch. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive. First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go now. Green,
Here's Lawletta now on second. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lawletta. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's taken down inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Kill, kill.
Right back to him on 1st down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, now Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Traquan Smith with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's L2lr1ch. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. L2lr1ch. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here. As that will take. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw, L2lr1ch. And he's going to go down again.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Lucky 56.
L2lr1ch, he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. but how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run with Marshall. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. It's still a nice play by the defense.
Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a play fake. Breeze. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. To throw is Breeze. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch it now, Barney, Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
It's long let off, play action. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Breeze now on first down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And this will be caught at the 30. Pushing his way through. A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go.
Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Left.
Brees now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Now here's Lawletta. He's going to air one out. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So we have reached halftime with a visit. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Marshall, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, easy. Ready. You ready?
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ready? 5-5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. 11. Here we go.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Play action. Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Take care of Dean. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 50 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Got it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Ring that bell, Lorenzo Carter. Yeah, they took him in the 3rd round. He thought he should have gone in the 1st, and you saw exactly why. Great speed off the edge. Good hand movement, can get to the quarterback, and he's very similar to an old college teammate of his, Leonard Floyd, who's with the Bears. Those types of guys, long, lanky pass rushers who create a little bit of turbulence when they get after the quarterback.
You ready?
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Now he'll escape to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustmts.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good, good, good. 5-4, ready. Good set, good set, good set.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football. Gains.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Keith Marshall, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. This is third and long. Here's Lauletta. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up fourth and long. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Ginn. Five yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And here's Marshall. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first down, it's L2lr1ch. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From the red zone now, L2lr1ch. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll throw again with L2lr1ch. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Breeze is looking to throw. This is caught by Ginn. And now running right through it. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They go play action here on first down. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 42 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Ready? We waiting? Hey, left, 28, left. Shit. Got it. Shoot. 95, 56. Got it. Hey, I got him. Waiting for touch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a play fake, and it's L2lr1ch. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Rosas now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and
smile.
shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.